Hello everyone, welcome to Sneha videos. This video provides explanation of chapter 1 real numbers for 10th class. In this video we are going to learn exercise 3 terminating and non-terminating decimals. So terminating and non-terminating decimals. Right? So children, for the detailed explanation, you follow the links which are given in the description. Okay, I'll tell you in brief here. Here, non-terminating are again two types. They are non-terminating repeating and non-terminating non-repeating. And non-terminating non-repeating. Okay, so what are these terminating and what are these non-terminating decimals? Here the name itself is telling that they are decimals, non-terminating decimal and terminating decimal. So when you will get the decimals, when a number is divided with another number. Okay, so this P by Q form numbers are called as rational numbers. Rational numbers are indicated with Q letter. Okay, so here when you divide a rational number, you will get in the decimal form. Okay, you can get in normal form, suppose 2, 3 like this also. But these 2, 3 are called as whole numbers, they are also natural numbers, they are also integers, they are also rational numbers. But here we are discussing about the decimal forms. Whatever quotient, when you divide, suppose I am taking 1 by 2. Okay, when you divide this 1 with 2, you will get here 0, 0, 0.5, right? So 2 5s 10. Here you got the decimal form. This is decimal form, right? So here from this example, your decimal expansion stopped till here only, right? There is no continuation of the digits here. Means why there is no continuation of the digits here? Because you got the remainder 0. So when you got the remainder 0, then such type of numbers are called as decimal numbers. Sorry, this such type of numbers are called as terminating decimals. Means when you divide this fraction, if the quotient whatever you got is in the decimal form as well as it stops, means there is no continuation of the digits, then they are called as terminating decimals. So the name itself is telling T, terminating. Terminating means stopping. So it is stopping till here, means it is stopping, means it is giving the remainder 0. Okay, so these are called as terminating decimals. Now what about the non-terminating repeating and non-terminating non-repeating? So here I'll explain the non-terminating repeating first. Okay, so here also the decimal expansion, the quotient will be the decimal expansion, but suppose you got like this 2.35, some 5, again 5, okay, and so on. Means that 5 is repeating. Okay, so here non-terminating, just now we discussed terminating means it should give the remainder 0. Terminating, stopping means it stops only when the remainder is 0. Non-terminating, here it is non-terminating, means it is not stopping, means the remainder is not 0. When the remainder is not 0, then such type of decimals are called as non-terminating decimals. Such type of decimals are called as non-terminating decimals. Okay, here we have non-terminating repeating as well as non-terminating non-repeating, right? Non-repeating. Here the name itself is telling non-terminating repeating. Repeating means repeating. Okay, repeats. The same digit repeats. When the same digits repeats, then they are called as non-terminating repeating. And suppose I gave 2.3146 5, 8 like this. Okay, here there is a continuation of the digits. When there will be the continuation of the digits after decimal? When the remainder is not equal to 0. So such type of numbers are called non-terminating, non-repeating, means there is no repetition. So these are called as non-terminating, non-repeating, and these are called as non-terminating, repeating. Clear? So if I'll tell you in brief. So non-terminating, terminating, okay. Here I'll write non-terminating, repeating, and here I'll write non-terminating, non-repeating. Okay. So here terminating, not terminating means if the decimal expansion stops, means it gives remainder 0. For these both, your remainder will not be equal to 0. When you divide a number, then the remainder is not equal to 0 means then they are called as non-terminating decimals, and if the remainder is 0, then they are called as terminating decimals. Okay, so I can write like this 2.1. Suppose I am taking the example, I am taking one number as example 2.15 like this. Okay, so here by seeing the number only you can tell whether it is terminating or non-terminating repeating or non-terminating non-repeating. How? If a number decimal expansion is stopping, if the digit of a decimal expansion is stopping, then they are terminating decimals. Okay, suppose I gave you one example 3.14, 2, 2, 2 and so on like this. Okay, means this comes under, here there is continuation, here so on means there is continuation, means remainder is not equal to 0, and the same digit is repeating, so it is non-terminating repeating. First you should check like this, here there is so on. When there is so on, then they are called as non-terminating decimals. Okay, from this non-terminating decimals, we should know whether it is non-terminating repeating or non-terminating non-repeating, means if the same digit repeats, then they are called as non-terminating repeating. If there are different digits after the decimal expansion like this 3.142, like this, and there is no digit expanding and there is no digit continuing, then I can tell that these are non-terminating, non-repeating. Understood? So here the statements will be given like this. Decimal numbers with the finite number of digits are called as terminating decimals. So what is this finite number of digits? Finite means there will be limited number of digits. Here after decimal, if you see this example, after this decimal there are 3 digits and there is no continuation symbol, so on symbol is not there like this. Okay, there is no continuation symbol here, so means they are stopping at one point, means the remainder will be 0. If the remainder is 0 after a certain point after the decimal, then they are called as terminating decimals. Okay, let us go through this statement. Terminating decimals are those numbers which come to an end. Which come to an end means they are stopping at here after few repetitions after decimal point, means after decimal point, after few repetitions, after some numbers from digits, if they are stopping at one point, then such type of decimals are called as terminating decimals. So if you see the examples here, I gave 0.5. 0.5 means here there is no repetition, right? Means it is stopping at this number only, this digit only, 5 only. So it is stopping means it is giving the remainder 0. So it is called as terminating decimal. Okay, let me check with this one. 2.456. Here I am stopping 2.456. It is stopping at 6 only. Means if it is stopping at 6, means it is giving remainder 0. When it giving remainder 0, then they are called as terminating decimals. The same thing here I gave like this. It is stopping here, means remainder 0. When remainder 0, then they are called as terminating decimals. Now we'll go through this non-terminating repeating and non-terminating non-repeating. Okay, so first repeating. Repeating means here first non-terminating. Non-terminating means remainder is not equal to 0. When remainder is not equal to 0 and the same digit repeats like this, and here if you observe I put some dots here. Okay, these dots are saying that there is continuation of this one. When there will be continuation? When the remainder is not equal to 0. So they are called as non-terminating repeating. Okay, here non-terminating means the remainder is not equal to 0. Non-repeating means after decimal point, after decimal, no digit is repeating. Okay, so they are called as non-terminating non-repeating. So a non-terminating repeating decimal is called as decimal number that continues endlessly with group of digits repeating endlessly. Okay, here group of digits repeating endlessly means there is no end. Why there is no end? Because it is not giving remainder 0. Here the same thing with no group of digits. No group of digits means here no digit is repeating. Okay, when there is no digit is repeating, then they are called as non-repeating. Okay, clear? Terminating and non-terminating. So let us go to the next slide. So just now we discussed by seeing the decimal numbers, we have to confirm whether it is a terminating or non-terminating, right? So this is one type. By seeing the number, if it is stopping at one point, then they are terminating. If they are not stopping at one point, if it repeats, then it is repeating decimal. If it doesn't repeats, it is non-repeating decimal, right? So here, now there is one more method for telling whether a rational number is a terminating decimal or non-terminating decimal. How means? Simple. See here, if I gave a fraction or a rational number like this 4 by some 25. Okay, so the main thing you should see here is the denominator. Okay, so if the denominator is in the form of 2 power m or into 5 power n, then they are called as terminating decimals. If the denominator is not in the form of 2 power m 5 power n, then they are called as non-terminating decimals. Means what is this 2 power m 5 power n? Simple. See, 25. 25, if you do prime factoration, you should be perfect with prime factoration. Okay. So here the last digit is 5. So I can take 5. 5 is 25. As 5 is prime number, it goes only in 5 table. So 5 ones 5. So 25 is 5 square. Okay. So I can write 4 by 5 square. Okay. 4 by 5 square. Here it is in the form of 5 power m or 5 power n, whatever it is. Okay, you can put n, m or n. Here you can put n, here you can put m also. No worries, because these two are variables. We can put any number of whatever values we want. Okay, so here 5 power m. Okay, so but in the formula I gave 2 power m into 5 power n, but we have only this 5 power m, right? Then what about 2? See here, if I write 2 power 0, what is 2 power 0? It is 1. Any number power 0, even if you take 100, 100 power 0 is also 1 only. Okay, any number with power 0, it equates to 1 only. Its value is 1 only. Okay, so I can write this 2 power 0, this 1, see 25, I can write 1 into 25 also. Okay, means it is 1 into 5 square, right? 1 into 5 square means this 1 I can write as 2 power 0 into 5 square. Okay, so it is in the form of 2 power m into 5 power n, right? So this type of numbers are called terminating if the denominator is not in this form. Not in this form means if there is another number 3 power something, 3 square also you got in the prime factoration. Okay, if you got the product of factors, prime factors like this, if there is an another number, then they are called as non-terminating. So you cannot directly tell it is a non-terminating. You should check with the numerator also. If there is any cancellation, you should do cancellation after cancellation. If there is only this one, then it is terminating. If another number also includes with this, then they are non-terminating. Okay, so you will come to understand about this when we go forward to the problems. Okay, so I'll give you the flowchart of this one. Rational numbers. Rational number is a p by q form. When you divide this, you'll get the decimal expansion, which we discussed in the last previous slide, right? Here, without seeing the decimals, by seeing the p by q form only, we should say whether it is a terminating or non-terminating by seeing the denominator. Here I mentioned q. Q means here p by q, right? If you write p by q, q is the denominator. So the denominator should be in the form of 2 power n into 5 power n. If this q is not in the form of 2 power n into 5 power n, then they are called as non-terminating decimals. So children, you should remember one thing, that the denominator whatever is there, that should be in the form of 2 power n into 5 power m for terminating. Okay, if this is not in the form of 2 power n into 5 power n, then they are called as non-terminating. Okay, let us go to the next slide. So here is your first question. Write the following rational numbers in their decimal form and also state which are terminating and which have non-terminating repeating decimals. Why I am saying here only non-terminating repeating? Because here I mentioned rational numbers. So rational numbers are only terminating and non-terminating repeating, whereas non-terminating non-repeating are irrational numbers. These non-terminating non-repeating are irrational numbers, and non-terminating repeating and just terminating decimals are rational numbers. So here he gave the rational, he will give the rational number and he'll ask to change us into decimal form. By seeing the decimal form, we should say whether it is a terminating or non-terminating repeating. So here he asks you to do in the decimal form. Okay, when he asks to do in the decimal form, we should divide and see. Okay, when he asked without decimal form, without dividing, means we should go to the 2 power m into 5 power n method. Clear children? If he asked to do in the decimal form, you should do the division and check if it is stopping at one point, they are terminating. If it is not stopping and there is continuity of the digits, then they are non-terminating repeating. Clear? So let us start with the first problem, 3 by 8. Okay, 3 by 8 means you will take 8 like this, 3 like this, right? So here you will put 0, here 0. So 0.83 are 24, right? And if you subtract this, you will get 6. Again you will put 0, 8 7 are 56, right? And you will get the remainder as 4. So 0, 8 5s are 40. Okay, 8 5s are 40. So you'll get the remainder 0. So when the remainder is 0, we discuss that it is a terminating decimal. Okay, if remainder is 0, then there is no continuation of the digits here. Means it is stopping at this point. So they are called as terminating decimals. Okay, clear children? So your solution, if your division will be like this. See, it is giving the remainder 0, so it is stopping at this 5 only, so it is a terminating decimal. So let us go to the next problem, 229 by 400. Okay, so you divide this, you will get the remainder as 0. Okay, so here also for this one we got remainder 0, means here it is stopping at this point, so it is a terminating decimal. Okay, it is also a terminating decimal. Clear children? So let us go to the next problem. 4 1 by 5. Here he gave in a mixed fraction. So how will you change this one? Simple. 5 fours. First you should multiply these two and add 1 to this product. Okay, 4 5 20 plus 1, 21. So it will be 21 by 5. Okay, you can do in this way, or you can add this 1 by 5 to this 4. Okay, or you can do like this, 4 plus 1 by 5. Okay, so anyhow if you take LCM, you should multiply this 20 plus 1, so it is 21. Okay, children, one thing I want to say you, if there is plus or minus in between the rational numbers, this is a rational number, this is also a rational number, right? If there is a plus or minus in between the rational numbers, then only you should take LCM. If it is like this, 4 into 1 by 5, then you should multiply this 4 into 1, 4 by 5, because into multiplication and division will not separate the terms. This is completely one term only. 4 into 1 by 5 is one term only. If I added here 2 by 6 something, whatever number it is, this is also one term only. Okay, this is not a separate term, because here the symbols are into. Even if it is into or division symbol, then they comes under one term. If there is plus or minus, then only the terms are separated. Okay, this you should remember. Now when I do the division, see here, I got remainder as 0. Clear, children? So here what I did means, first I divided this 1 by 5. Okay, I got 0.2. Now I'll add this 0.2 to this 4. Okay, you'll get 4.2. So it is stopping at this point, so it is a terminating decimal. Or you can do like this also, you can do 21 by 5 also. Okay, you'll get this 4.2 only. When you divide 21 with 5, you'll get 4.2. So as it is stopping at a certain point, so it is called a terminating decimal. So let us go to the next problem, 2 by 11. So if you divide 2 by 11, you'll get the remainder as 2 here. So here 2 you got remainder, but we told that if the remainder is 0, then only it is a terminating. If the remainder is not equal to 0, then it is non-terminating. Okay, till here it is okay. It is not giving remainder 0, so it is non-terminating. But here you should observe one thing. Here 1 8, again 1 8. If you repeat same here too, if I take 0 here, again you will get 1 8, right? 11 ones 11, again 1 8, right? Means this 1 8 is repeating, so it is called as non-terminating repeating decimal. Okay, so one thing you should remember, 0.1818, this 0.1818 I can write as 0.18 bar. Okay, whatever the digits repeats, then you should represent them with a bar. Clear, children? So let me go to the next slide. So here is your next question, 8 by 125. So when you divide 8 by 125, you will get the remainder as 0. So as it is giving remainder as 0, means it is stopping at this point, so it is a terminating decimal. Clear, children? So let me go to the next slide. So here is your second question. Without performing division, state whether the following rational numbers are terminating or non-terminating repeating. So here non-terminating repeating are only the rational numbers, non-repeating are irrational numbers. That you should be perfect, you should know that. Okay, here he mentioned without performing division, means as we have done for the previous problem division, you should not do division. Without doing division, how can we say that it is a terminating or non-terminating? How? By seeing the denominator. We just discussed without division means you should see the denominator. and do the prime factorization for this denominator. Do the prime factorization for this denominator. If it is in the form of 2 power m into 5 power n, then they are called as terminating decimals. If not, they are called as non-terminating decimals. So let us go with the first problem, 13 by 3125. Okay, so without division, simple children, if we ask without division, state whether it is a terminating or non-terminating, means you should take the denominator. Okay, take the denominator and do the prime factorization for this denominator. So here last digit is 5, so it is divisible by 5. So do the prime factorization, which is shown as like this. Okay, so here you got 5. How many 5s you got? 3, 4, 5. You got 5 5s, means I can write 5 power 5. Okay, so simple children, here it is in the form of 5 power n. Okay, our formula should be 2 power n into 5 power m, or you can write 2 power m into 5 power n also, no issues. But here we have 5 power 5. Here we got 5 power 5, right? So 5 power 5. As there is no 2, I can write 2 power 0, because this 2 power 0 is giving the value 1 only. 1 into any number gives you the same number, right? So 1 into 5 power 5 also, it is 5 power 5. So instead of 1, I wrote 2 power 0. Okay, so here your next step will be like this. It is here we got only 5 power 5, right? So I included 2 power 0 here. So it is in the form of 2 power n into 5 power n. When it is in the form of 2 power n into 5 power n, then it is a terminating decimal, right children? So it is in the form of it is a terminating decimal. Let us go to the next problem, 11 by 12. Okay, so here you should take the denominator and do the prime factorization for this 12. Okay, your prime factorization of the 12 will be like this. Here if you observe carefully, you got 2 square, okay, and you got 3 also. Okay, there is another prime factor 3 also. So I can write like this, 11 by 2 square into 3, right children? So if you got another number here, apart from 2 and 5, if you got another number, you should check whether this is divisible with the numerator or not. Okay, but here I am having 11. 11 is a prime number, so it is not divisible. So as the denominator is not in the form of 2 power n into 5 power n, it is a non-terminating repeating. Understood children? If you got another number apart from 2 and 5, you should check whether it is divisible with the numerator or not. If it is not, then you can write non-terminating repeating. Okay, so suppose I have like this, 9 by 12. Children, listen carefully. Here instead of 11, I took 9 as a numerator. Okay, then I'll get 9 by 2 square into 3. Okay, as 12 is 2 square into 3, I am writing 2 square into 3 here. So here you got another number 3 here, right? So I should check whether it is divisible with the numerator or not. Yes, it is divisible, right? So I can cancel this 3 ones and 3 threes. Okay, now I will get 3 by 2 square. Your answer will be 3 by 2 square. Here it should be in, the denominator should be in this form, right? Here we have 2 square, means 2 power n we have, but we don't have 5 power m, means I can write here into 5 power 0, right? Into 5 power 0. So now it will be a terminating, means if it is the denominator, after prime factorization, if another number comes, then you should check whether it is divisible with the numerator. If then you can, if so, you can write the denominator as 2 power m into 5 power n formula. Understood? So simply I'll tell you, here the denominator should be 2 power n into 5 power m, means in the denominator only these two should be there, only 2 and 5, or else only 2 should be there, or only 5 power, suppose 2 power n and 5 power m should be there. Only this should be there, or only this should be there, or together they can be. Okay, they can be together, but they will not allow any other friend with them. Okay, these two are only friends. 2 power n and 5 power m only friends. These two are only the friends. Okay, either this will stay or only this will stay in their home, but they will not invite anyone. They will not like anyone coming to their home. Clear? Only 2 power n or only 5 power m or both, but no one should enter into their home. Okay, you please remember like this so that you can easily understand. So this is not in the form of 2 power n into 5 power m, so it is a non-terminating repeating decimal. Here you should mention repeating because non-repeating are irrational. Okay, so let us go to the next problem then. Here is your next problem, 64 by 455. Okay, so do the prime factorization for the denominator 455. Okay, so here if you observe carefully, 5 into 7 into 13. Okay, these two are prime numbers. Okay, so you got the denominator other than, sorry, here it is 64, right? 64 by 5 into 7 into 13, right? So other than 2, 5, yet 5 is there. Okay, what I told, 2 should there in that home, or 5 should there in that home, or both should be there, but no other friends should come into their home. Okay, but here there are two friends, 7 and 13. Okay, when the others came, you should check how to send them back with the numerator. Okay, so here 7 in 7 table 64 will not go, so we cannot cancel this. Even in 13 table 64 will not go, so we cannot divide this. Okay, so as the denominator is not in the form of 2 power and 5 power m, they are not, it is a non-terminating repeating decimal. Okay, clear children? So let us go to the next problem, 15 by 1600. Same, you do the denominator prime factorization. If you observe carefully, you got 2 power and 5 power. Till here it is 2 power and 5 power. No other friend came, right? So it will allow, it will be in the form of this 2 power n into 5 power n. Only both are there. They are friends only. There is no issue. So it is a terminating decimal. Understood? It is a terminating decimal. So let us go with the next problem. So your next problem will be like this. Okay. So here the denominator is 343. We did the prime factorization for 343, but it is in the form of 7 power. So 7 is not a friend of 2 and 5. So they will not enter. So it is not in the form of 2 power n into 5 power n. So it is a non-terminating repeating decimal. Okay, so let us go to the next problem, 23 by 2 power 3 into 5 power 2. Okay, already he gave the denominator in the form of 2 power 3 into 5 power. So both 2 and 5 are friends. So they will be staying together. So it is a terminating decimal. Understood? So we can directly write the denominator is in the form of 2 power n into 5 power n. 5 power m, so it is a terminating decimal. Okay, understood children? So let us go to our next problem. 129 by 2 square into 5 power 7 into 7 power 5. Okay, here if you observe carefully, these two are friends, we know already. Okay, but here 7 power 5 is there. Okay, here 129 will not, this 7 in 7 table, this 129 will not go. It is not a multiple. So the another friend, there is another friend, but these two will not enter him. So it is a non-terminating decimal. Okay, as the denominator is not in the form of 2 power n into 5 power m, it is a non-terminating decimal. So your next question is 9 by 15. Okay, so children, if you observe carefully here, our denominator is 15. So do prime factoration for 15. 3 5s 15, and you'll get 5 ones 5. Okay, so if I write this 9 by 3 into 5, I can write like this, right? Here, just now I told that if there is another friend apart from 2 and 5, if there is another friend, you should check the numerator. 9 is a multiple of 3, right? So I can cancel this 3. 9, 3 ones, 3 3s 9. So I'll get 3 by 5. If you get 3 by 5, in the denominator you will have only 5. Only 5 can also stay at home, but it will not enter other numbers. So it will be a terminating decimal. Okay. So I can write 2 power 0, right? 1 into 5 power 1 means I can write 2 power 0. So it is in the form of 2 power n into 5 power m. So it is a terminating decimal. So next question is 36 by 100. 100 is nothing but your 10 square, right? 100 is 10 square. 10 square, 10, how can I write? How can I write this 10? How will you get 10? 5 into 2 or 2 into 5. So I can simply write 2 into 5 whole power 2. So it is in the form of 2 and 5. So it is a terminating decimal. Understood, children? So let us go to the next problem. So your next question is 77 by 210. Okay. So children, 77 by 210. Okay, we'll take the denominator 210. We'll do the prime factorization for that. Okay. So your prime factorization will be like this. Okay. Here, if you observe, you have 2 as a prime factor. 2 prime factor is there. 3 is there. 5 is there. 7 is there. Okay, when there are other friends, here 3 and 7 are other things. Okay, apart from 2 and 5. Okay, 2 and 5 are there here. 2 5 are there, leave them, and the other things are 3 and 7. So when there are other things, then you should see the numerator, right? You should check with the numerator whether they'll divisible with these numbers or not. So 77 is divisible by 7, so I can write 7 11 77. Okay, 7 finished. 7, they let 77, this 7 out. Okay, now what about this 3 then? 3, again you check with this one, it is 11, but this 3 is not divisible. This 11 is not divisible by 3, so this 3 will stay as it is in the denominator. So there is another friend 3. If there is another friend 3, then 2 and 5 will not enter, right? So it is a non-terminating decimal. It is not in the form of 2 power n into 5 power n. So it is a non-terminating repeating decimal. Okay. So one thing I want to make sure here, if there are another things, you check whether the numerator is divisible with them or not. If so, if it is divisible, then you can write it in the form of 2 power n into 5 power n. But if it is not divisible, then you cannot write in this form. So it will be a non-terminating repeating decimal. So let us go to the next slide. So here is your next question. Write the following rationals in decimal form. Okay. Now here he will give a rational number, means he will give in the p by q form, and he will ask us to convert into a decimal form. P by q to decimal form. So children, when we will have a decimal number, when here he is not asking whether it is a terminating or non-terminating, so we no need to go with division process, right? So here we want to convert into decimal form, means take this q whatever is there, and you make sure that in the form of 2 power n into 5 power m. Okay, means it, see here, simple. How we will get the decimal? Suppose I gave 3 by 10. 3 by 10 means I can write 0.3, right? Suppose I gave 456 by 1000. 456 by 1000 or whatever 10,000 if I give here. Simple children, don't confuse where to put the decimal. Simple, write the numerator as it is. I am writing this numerator as it is 456. Let me write the numerator as it is 456. Here you count how many zeros are there. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4, right? So count from the last ending. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here there are 4 zeros, but here we have only 3 digits, right? So for the another digit you just put 0 here and put the decimal, and here you put 0. Okay, means whatever the number of zeros are there, that many digits should be there after the decimal. Here 4 zeros are there, so there should be 4 digits after the decimal. Okay, suppose I gave here 5 zeros. 5 zeros means you will get this decimal here. 0 0 you will be there. You will get. Okay, so suppose I gave 4 by some 100. 4 by 100. So you will write, first I told you to write the numerator as it is. I will write 4 as it is. Here you have 2 zeros. So 1, for another number, another digit I will put 0 only. Here 0. So 0.04. Okay. So for a P by Q form, to convert into a decimal form, the denominator should be in the form of 10 multiple. 10 multiple. Why 10? Why again 10 multiple? Just now we discussed only 2 power and 5 power m, no? Then why about again 10 multiple? Simple children. 2 power m, 2 power n into 5 power m is nothing but your 10 only, right? Suppose I gave 2 into 5 whole square. So it is a 10 square, which is nothing but 100, right? Suppose whatever number it is, 2 cube into 5 cube, all they are converting into a 10 multiple only. So the denominator, if in the 10 multiple, then we can easily convert the numerator, or we can easily convert this P by Q form into a decimal form by counting the number of zeros in the denominator and putting for the numerator. Clear? So we'll we'll be sure we'll be perfect with this by taking the first problem 13 by 25. So here take the denominator 25 and do it prime factoration for this. You will get 5 into 5 means I can write 13 by 5 square, right? Okay, here 5 square is there, then there is no 2. So if there is no 2, just put 2 here. Whatever the power for 5 is there, you just put the power to the 2 also. Here this 2 square we are adding extra. Okay, here we are including this 2 square, but we cannot include only to the denominator, right? So you should include to the numerator. Why? Because if you cancel these two, again you will get the same question only. Okay, so just before we just check whether if there is no 2, we just put here 2 power 0, right? If there is no 5, we just put 5 power 0. But here why to add them? Why to include them? Here I got 5 square, but why to include 2 square to this denominator? Why? Because here he asked to convert the decimal rationals into decimal. Conversion happens only when the denominator is having the multiple of 10. Just remember one thing, when you are doing conversion, then you should include 2 power m, or you may include 5 power n. Okay, you should include this extra thing to this present thing. Okay, but why when he asked only whether it is check whether it is terminating or non-terminating, then there is no need to include them. You should write if it is 5 square, similar for like this, if you got only 5 square, then you can put 2 power 0 for this one. Okay, when he asked to check whether terminating or non-terminating, you just put 2 power 0, or if you have 2 square, you just put 5 power 0. But here when you asked to find out to convert p by q to decimal, then you must include whatever 5 power is there, you must include 2 power. Whatever 2 power is there, you must include 5 power. Okay, so here I can write the next step as 13 by 5 square. 5 into 5 is 5 square. Here as 5 square is there, here I should write 2 square. Right? This power should be same. Then only you'll get, if it is 5 into 2, I can write 10 square. If it is 3 here, it is 2 here, I cannot write in terms of 10. Right? So here I am including 2 square extra, so I should include in the numerator also. Okay, so your next step will be like this. I included 2 square in the denominator as well as in the numerator. So do the product for the numerator, and denominator what you should do means, don't multiply again 25. If here it is easy only because the power is 2, it will be easy only. But if the power is a big number like 4, 5, 7, 8, it will be difficult to do the multiplication. So in this case what you should do means simple, as the powers are same, means it is in the form of a power m into, here base is a I am taking, here the base is different. If it is 5 again I can write a only, but if the here the base is different, so I should write b, but the power is same, so I can write m, means ab whole power m, a into b whole power m. Children, you should be perfect with the exponents, exponential formulas. Okay, a power m into a power n, all that formulas. Okay, so here I can write ab whole power m or a into b whole power m. Both are same, because if there is no symbol between the two variables, then it is into only, right? So I'll get 5 into 2 whole square, 5 into 2 whole square, right? Because a into b whole power m. So your next step will be like this. After doing 5 into 2 whole power m, 5 into 2 whole power 2, 5 into 2 is 10, 10 square is 100. Now it will be simple, right? Multiply these two and put the number of, by checking the number of zeros, you just put the decimal. Okay. So 13 fours 52, 52 by 100. How to convert into decimal? Simple, children, just follow this procedure. Write the numerator as it is, 52. Write the numerator as it is and count how many zeros are there in the denominator. This 1 and this is 2. 2 zeros. So count from the last, 1, 2. So finished. So you can put point and you can put here 0. Okay. So your result is 0.52. Understood? So same process you do for the next problems, 15 by 16. So simple, do the prime factorization for 16, you will get 2 power 4. So as it is 2 power 4, you should include 5 power 4 also for this one. And as we are including in the denominator, you should include in the numerator. Clear, children? So your steps will be like this. 2 power 4. So I'll include 5 power 4 in the numerator as well as in the denominator. So you'll get like this. 5 power 4 is nothing but 625. So 2 into 5 whole power 4. 2 into 5 whole power 4. So 10 power 4. Clear? We are making the powers same only. When the powers are same, you can directly write 10 power 4 whatever it is. Now do the multiplication for this one and put the number of decimals after the, sorry, number of digits after the decimal, like this. Okay, so simple, write the numerator as it is, 9375. Write the numerator and count how many zeros are there in the denominator, 1 2 3 4. So count from the last, 1 2 3 4, so point, so 0.9375. Understood? So let us go with the next problem. So here is your next problem, 23 by 2 cube into 5 square. Okay. So here in this case it is somewhat different. He gave 2 and 5. But what to include and what to not include? Simple, children. You just write it as it is, 23 by 2 cube into 5 square. Okay. So here you should see, I just told you that the power should be same for both 2 and 5. 2 and 5 should have same power, but here it is 3 and it is 2 here, but we cannot make it into 10, right? 10 power, right? So simple, here 3 is there, so make it 3 here. This 2 you should make it as 3. How will make it 3? By just multiplying it as one time. We want one more 5. Here 2 is there, we want one more 5, so I'll multiply into 5 here and into 5 in the numerator. Okay, suppose I have here 6. Okay, suppose I have the question like this: 23 by 2 power 6 into 5 power 2. 2 power 6 into 5 power 2. So here 2 power 6 is there, but 5 only 2 5s are there. 5 into 5 only there. Means we want still more 4 5s. So here you multiply 5 power 4 into here also 5 power 4. After doing this it is easy. 2 power 6 into 5 power 6 means 2 into 5 whole power 6. So it will be 10 power 6. Clear? So the next step will be like this. As we want only one 5, so I am multiplying here 1 5 and here 1 5. So it will be giving like this. 23 into 5 is 115. Both the powers are same, so it will be 10 cube. So 10 cube means 1000, right? So 115, first write the numerator as it is 115. Here there are 3 zeros, so 1 2 3, so I can put decimal and 0. Clear? So it is 0.115. So your next question will be 7218 by 3 square into 5 square. So here if you see, there is 3, but 3 is not a friend of 5, only 2 is a friend of 5, right? 3 square, so it is 9. So check whether this number is divisible by 9 or not. Okay, so to check whether a number is divisible by 9 or not means you should add all the digits and check whether it is divisible in 9 table. 7 plus 2 9, 9 plus 1 10, 10 plus 8 18. So it is divisible, right? So first do the cancellation in this way. Okay, so here after doing cancellation I got 802. Okay, means I have 802 by 5 square, only 5 square, because 9 cancel, I cancel this 9 and I got, when I cancel this, when I divided this, I got 802, right? So only this is remaining, but we want 2 also, because the denominator should be the multiple of 10. How will get 10 when there is 2 with the 5, right? So here 5 square is there, so I'll do into 2 square in the numerator as well as in the denominator, which gives you this step. Clear? So your next step will be like this: multiply that, 2 square means 4, multiply this 4 to the 802 to 802, so you'll get like this. So write 3208 as it is, 3208, and there are 2 zeros in the denominator, so 1 2, so I can put 32.08. so your answer will be 32.08. Understood? So let us go to the next problem. So your next question is 143 by 110. Okay, do the prime factoration for 110. You will get 22 into 5. 22 means 2 into 7, 5 into 11. You will get like this. Actually by prime factoration you will get like this. Here I can cancel 11 13 times. Okay, 11 table 13 times. So you will have 13 by 2 into 5. Right? You will have 13 by 2 into 5. Already the powers of 2 and 5 are same. So there is no chance, there is no use of including 2 power or 5 power with this. Already the powers are same, right? So you can directly write 13 by 2 5s are 10, right? So 13 by 10 is 1.3. Understood? So let me go to the next slide. So here is the next question. Express the following decimals in the form of p by q and write the prime factors of q. Okay, for here he will give decimal form. You should convert into p by q. Okay, whatever we have seen before, it is p by q to decimal form. Okay, now he will give in the decimal form and we should convert into p by q form. Simple children. Remember this process and do the reverse steps, you will get decimal form. Clear? And here he asked again one thing, write the prime factors of q. After finding, here we should convert into p by q form, right? So after finding this p by q form, do the prime factorization for this q. When you do the prime factorization of this q and q, you will get the prime factors. You should write that prime factors and you should give the comment what do you observe. Okay, so here is your first question, 43.123. Simple children, see here. Here decimal to p by q means 43 123. You should write the complete number. Forget about this decimal. Okay, write the complete number and put how many zeros we should put here? Here 1, 2, 3. After decimal there are 3 digits. So you should put 3 zeros. 1, 2, 3 and 1. For the before problems we did, here 3 zeros are there. So from last we should count 3 digits and you should put point. Right? Here also same thing. First write the numerator. First write the number completely without any decimal form. Write the number without any decimal form and put whatever after decimal how many number of digits are there, put that many number of zeros in the denominator. Okay, now it is in the p by q form, right? P by q form. Now here 1000 means I can write as 10 cube. Okay, prime factors will be simple. 10 means we can write 2 into 5 whole power 3. 2 into 5 whole power 3. Clear children? So this will be your next step. I can write by 1000. So 10 cube. So it is 2 cube into 5 cube. So the prime factors of q are 2 cube into 5 cube. So they are in the form of 2 power n into 5 power m. So if it is so, it is a terminating decimal. Why we are writing here? Because what he asked here, what do you observe? As a denominator in the form of this one, if it is so, then it is a terminating decimal. Understood? It is a terminating decimal. So let us go to the next one. Here is your next one, 0.1201201. So by seeing it, we can say that it is a terminating decimal. Okay, so we can write it as here 3 zeros, 3 plus 1, 7 zeros. So we can write this numerator as it is and we can put divided by 10 power 7. So your next step will be like this, 10 power 7, which is nothing but 7 zeros, right? So 1201 by 10 power 7. 10 means it is nothing but 2 into 5 whole power 7 or 2 power 7 into 5 power 7, right? So we can write 2 into 5 whole power 7 and here it is the q. Here he asks you to find the prime factors of q. So the prime factors of q are in the form of 2 into 5, 2 power m into 5 power n. So it is a terminating decimal. So the prime factors of q are 2 power 7 into 5 power 7. It is in the form of 2 power n into 5 power m. So it is a terminating decimal. So next, let us go to the next one. Here is your next problem, 43.12 bar, right? So here children, I am mentioning 1 2 bar means that 1 2 is repeating, right? So 1 2 1 2 1 2 and so on, right? So on. So if there is so on, then it is not giving us a remainder 0. So when it is not giving us a remainder 0, by seeing the question only we can say it is a non-terminating decimal. But here he asks you to convert this decimal into a p by q form, right? So I'll write like this as 43.12 bar means I am repeating 1 2, right? I am repeating this 1 2. Next, I am multiplying both sides by 100. Why I am multiplying both sides by 100? Simple children, just to remember one thing. the bar is for how many numbers? If the bar is for 2 digits, then you take 2 zeros. Remember in this way. If the bar is for 1 digit, suppose like 43.12 bar, only the bar is for 1. Suppose if the bar is for only 1 digit, here I gave bar for only 2, so you should take 10. Multiply both sides by 10. Right? Understood? So multiply both sides by 100 means here x becomes 100x, and this, as you multiply this with 100, this 1 will go before decimal and as well as 2 will go before decimal, because 2 zeros are there, so 2 digits will go before decimal. Okay, and minus, subtract this x from this. Okay, so it gives a result like 100x minus x is 9x, and here you'll get 0 0 0 0, and here you'll get, after subtraction, the answer will be 99x equal to 4269.00. After point, if there are zeros, then no need to take zeros, so I can write x equal to 4269 by 99. Okay, so I can cancel this with 3 table. After that, I can write this 33 as the prime factors of 3 into 11. Okay, but it is not in the form of 2 power m into 5 power n, so I cannot say that it is a terminating decimal. So as q is not in the form of 2 power n into 5 power m, it is not a terminating, it is a terminating decimal. Okay, so simple. First take bar. See, bar is for how many digits? Multiply with that number of zeros on both sides. After that, subtract from this 100x, subtract x from this 100x, whatever you got the result, and send this 99 to right side and find the prime factors of q. Okay, if it is in the form of this one, it is a terminating decimal, or else it is a non-terminating decimal. If it is in the form of this, it is a terminating. If it is not in the form of this, it is a non-terminating decimal. Similarly, the next question is 0.63 bar. Here also the same thing, he gave bar for 2 digits. So take 100x, multiply both sides and subtract. The same procedure, multiply by 100. So 100x and subtract x from this 100x. After that you will get the result and send this 99 to denominator. 99 to the right side, which is the denominator, and it is cancelled by 9 table. Right? Here the prime factor of q is 11, which is not in the form of 2 power m into 5 power n. So it is a non-terminating decimal. Clear, children? So when bars are there, you should remember this procedure. Clear? So I hope you understood this. If you understand this video, please share my video and subscribe my channel. Thank you.